Ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting all week for those two buffoons, live and direct from somewhere in the United States at a dumpy old building. You got the Brain Tool Show. And ladies and gents, I am your host, Rob the Brain, and my guest host, of course, my co-host, and my only host, actually, Buffalo Tool. Take it away, Buffalo. Buffalo Tool.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good morning, wherever you may be. You got the Buffalo Tool live and direct, walking down the street, and I have to pee really bad. How are you tonight, Rob?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. You won't believe what this week has been. It's been a very, very interesting week. A lot happened. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I am currently located somewhere in the fine state of, like you call it, Florida. I'm on a street. There's a lot of traffic. I'm just kind of walking aimlessly, just trying to find some shelter because it looks like it's going to rain.
Yes, absolutely. Florida is one of those states that actually have much to offer, you see. And rain is very, very common, you know, in my opinion. I think, yeah. But where in Florida are you? And you know why we call it Florida, right? Because it's the Florida, not the Floridont.
Haha, that's funny. Flora don't. I don't know. But I see a porch light on at this house. I'm gonna see if maybe they can let me use the restroom. I gotta pee real bad.
Oh my God. You're going to knock on a random door just like that? Wait, hang on. Somebody's knocking. Hang on 1 second. All right. Holy crap.
Hey, Rob.
What?
How are you? I gotta use your bathroom.
What the hell? What? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? You're not going to even say hi?
I said hi, Rob.
Yeah, well.
I gotta pee.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, what the hell?
Oh, hold on.
What just happened?
I don't know what just happened, but I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Do the business, the beeswax that you do.
Oh yeah. I've been holding it forever, walking down that street. I just knocked on a random door. I'm glad it's yours.
Wait. So you mean to tell me you were in Orlando all that time? And you just walked by my neighborhood by coincidence, knocked on my door, didn't even say hi, just walked in and used the restroom? What if I was a complete stranger? What would you say? That would be like a home invasion. Besides, you're welcome here. No, don't get me wrong, but, you know?
Whew. Now that that's out of the way, we got a show to do.
Of course we do. And how are you there, Mr. Buffalo Tool? I hope you're enjoying your stay at the state of Florida.
Why, yes, I am. I've had a good time.
Did you really? Well, how was your trip so far? I mean, did you drive fast? Did you drive slow? Were you hauling something? Were you speaking different languages? Did you get to eat something different?
I've had a good time. I've met a lot of interesting people. I met some random stranger on the side of the road today that gave me directions to Miami Beach, but those ended up being the wrong directions too.
Wait, you mean to tell me you were in Orlando all that time?
I guess I was. I was trying to get to the beach in Miami, and I got lost, and I pulled over, and there was a guy that I asked directions, and apparently he gave me the wrong direction, so I've been circling around Orlando this whole time, all afternoon, all evening. Finally, I parked the truck and said, you know what, I'm just going to walk.
Oh, I see. Okay. You were gonna walk, right? Well, guess what, folks? You've heard it here first. This is our first time meeting up here on the Brain Tool Show, and it's really funny because
You have some coffee?
yes, I do. As a matter of fact, hang on one moment. Fellas, if you don't mind just waiting a moment or something, we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, all righty.
That's right, folks. Rob is getting me a cup of coffee, and we're here live and direct from the Rob the Brain Studios in Orlando, Florida, enjoying gonna enjoy a cup of coffee, and for the first time, broadcasting live and direct from the same couch. Yes, we are sitting next to each other. Can you please get your hand off my thigh, Rob?
But I'm not.
Yeah, your hand's on my thigh.
Kind of sexy.
Well,
I mean, in real person, you're really sexy.
well, we're gonna share the couch, but not that close.
Now, come on now. Don't be stingy.
Yeah,
No.
No.
My house.
yeah, but my thigh.
My house.
Just a minute, folks, while we hash out whose hand goes on what thigh.
Fine, your hand on my thigh. You win. You win. Anyway, so back to the show. So this past week has been very, very eventful here in the ROC and abroad. And you know the news hasn't been very friendly as well. Or has it? I heard something really interesting as of late. The latest news that I've heard, that Buffalo 2 was coming to Florida. So I'm not so sure, was it a fluke or not, but it turned out to be real. And some jackass gave him the wrong directions. But I'm glad that jackass gave him the wrong directions, because you know what? If he didn't give him the wrong directions, he wouldn't be here. Well, are you enjoying your coffee, Mr. Toole?
Oh, why, yes, I am. What flavor is this? Is this a Keurig coffee?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. It's awesome. Love it. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. So, did you want to throw a question to the crowd? I think we should have a question to the crowd. The first question I have, really, or we have in this case, is if you had a cookie and you were to divide it in half, and you divide that half in half, how much do you have left? It's a mathematical equation that is actually simple. The answer is benign. So we'll give you a minute to think of it through, and we'll ask that question for all of you to answer. If you have a cookie, you cut it in half, and then you divide the half in half. How much of that cookie you have left?
%25, 1/4.
No, you still have the whole cookie left because you haven't given it to anybody.
But if you take the half and divide it in half, so you should be left with what, 1/3 maybe, no?
You still have the whole cookie, but in multiple pieces.
Rob, do you mind if I go ahead and carry my luggage in?
No, not at all. Absolutely. Bring it in. I think I have an extra. Are you going to sleep the night over?
Well, I planned on it.
Really? I mean, you didn't even announce you coming. And here I am trying to. The house is a mess, man. I mean, what the hell?
Well, that's okay. I don't mind a little bit of clutter. Is that going to be my room, that extra room over there at the end of the hall by the bathroom?
Yes, that's one, yeah. That's my guest room, yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and carry my luggage in.
Okay, all right. Oh. Okay, well, as he carries his luggage in, I will fill you in on the play-by-play. He actually stepped outside to his truck, and he is carrying luggage as we speak. He is rattling around, fighting with the luggage, yes. He just... Oh, God, it's stuck behind the seat and the seat belt. Seat belt is not budging. He just took a hammer and actually slammed it. Seat belt still not budging. You need a knife, man. Anyway, I just gave him a tip. I gave him a tip that he needs a knife. He said he'll be all right, and he was looking at me like the knife is not working, and the hammer is not working. Wait a minute. I think he's using oil. He's squirting oil. That's not oil. It says KY. Why would you put KY? No, never mind. Never mind. KY gel to free a freaking bag. I mean, what's wrong with this picture? But anyway, all right, here we go. And oh, wait, but did you look at that? He has another bag. Great. It's going to be a long night.
Fun night.
Did you see that buffalo too? Oh my goodness. And the cat too? Oh my goodness gracious. Tell us every second play by play, sir. Tell us. We're waiting.
All right. Well, he actually doesn't have a cat. He claims it's a cat. It's actually a miniature bobcat. And this thing looks angry. Oh, okay. All right, relax. Oh, here, kitty. Jesus Christ. You feed that thing that? I mean, all that? That's a turkey leg, man.
Well, Rob, I was kind of looking around in the room over here as I'm putting my bags up. Is this the same bed that Psycho Bagapus slept in when he stayed at your house?
Yes, indeed it is. Yes. Why? Is there something wrong with the accommodations?
No, just a couple of questions. Did you flip the mattress after he left?
I don't recall.
Okay, because I was, I like to make sure my accommodations are suitable for me. So I was looking around the mattress and lifted up the bed skirt and stuff. And what is this? Looks like a latex suit, like a cat suit. Has a couple of ears on top, a mask, holes cut out for the eyes and the mouth. Is this something he left behind?
Are you really using a Ronald Reagan defense?
I'm not using any defense. I mean, mask. Does it have a zipper on the face?
It looks like it. Yeah, there's a zipper.
Oh, then, okay. Is it a size 12 or a size 14?
It's Rob's.
It looks like a size 14.
Yeah, I'm the 12. He's the 14. Yeah. No, that's not mine.
And as I dig a little deeper under the mattress here, I'm finding some other things, other items here. Are you sure you flipped the mattress after he left?
No. I don't remember if I have or haven't. What else did you find underneath there?
Well, Buffalo Kitty's a little upset. I think she's sensing something about this room.
It's not Buffalo Kitty. I told you many times that thing is not a cat. That's supposed to be called Buffalo Bob Kitty.
Well, there's something in the room that's bothering her. So, I don't know. She's sensing something in here.
I don't know. I mean, well, I mean, be careful. There's some toys in that box. Don't open that box, please.
Oh, are they cat toys?
No, they're not cat toys. They're human toys. And no. Don't. Jesus, he's opened it.
Uh-oh. The box says Stewart on the lid.
Oh, good God, no. Right, yes. Could you put the stuff back, darling? Please? Sir, ma'am? Just hear me out and don't do that.
Are you guys doing your show? And is it live streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, but I'm not so sure, but yes, I believe so. Yes, we are streaming live and direct to Twitch and YouTube as well, and we're very, very happy to say that. Please, could you put the box, the stuff back? I mean, it's getting ridiculous, really.
Well, this one looks like a giant laser pointer.
Yeah, but put down the fingers. Don't touch the fingers. Those are East Texas guy fingers, and they're not mine.
Well, if these are East Texas Guy fingers, you probably should get a hold of the East Texas Guy Finger Company, because I heard today that a lot of these fingers are being recalled because of E. coli. Apparently, the inspectors that inspect these fingers before they get marked for shipment were testing them out on each other, so some of them have been contaminated with E. coli.
E. coli. E. coli, East Texas guy fingers has E. coli. I've had East Texas guy fingers before. I have yet to get E. coli. I'm sorry, sir. I do not believe that. It's a rumor. They're trying to destroy us, the East Texas guy company. I mean, the users. You know, I'm a satisfied East Texas guy fingers, and I will not surrender my East Texas guy fingers. Thank you.
Sony, Disney World, Holiday Inn, Hershey's Chocolate, McDonald's.
I actually would love to go to Disney. That's right, Disney World here in Orlando, Florida. I went by the place on the way here. It looks like Disney World would be a lovely place to take your family and friends for a fun weekend vacation.
Yes, folks, if you are coming down to Orlando, Florida, don't forget to visit the attractions. The attractions as follows are Disney, we have also Universal, and we have SeaWorld, Legoland, Gatorland, and of course you can visit the wonderful and amazing Cape Canaveral. Every Cape have to have a Canaveral, and we have both, the Cape and the Canaveral. So if you are here in the Orlando area, please make sure you do make those visits. Let me warn you, you are going to require plenty of time, a whole lot of shoes to walk in, and most definitely keep yourself hydrated. It's getting hot. It's about 87 degrees on the daytime, and expect showers on the daily.
Don't forget Discovery Cove.
And while you're walking over the Disney facilities, you may want to go ahead and put your Sony earbuds into your phone, and you can listen live and direct here on CB Radio Drama Free. That way you can be in the Disney theme park and still be reporting on Drama Free, giving your play-by-play.
Right. So what ended up happening today was Buffalo Tool came driving all the way from the amazing city of, what was the city you were in? Tampa, right. And Tampa, by the way, here's a little known fact. Not a lot of people know this. Tampa in Floridian, we don't usually say Tampa. We say Tamba with a B. Common misconception. Although it's written with a P, you're right, but it's Tamba. And yeah, he made his way to Tamba, and finally he asked a guy for some directions, who gave him wrong directions, kept looping around himself, and aimlessly wandered the streets and made his way here. And I feel weird. He knocked on my door and used my bathroom, and now he's moving in?
Yeah, for sure. I'm driving my wonderful Ford car, and I'm talking on my Samsung Galaxy phone up here in the wonderful state of Minnesota, where it's snowing. We also have Mall of America here, and Nickelodeon Land. I think that's what it is now. They have a Lego thing there as well. But yeah, for sure. I should have some of them earbuds as well, the Sonys.
I would like to know, after visiting Disney World, I plan on taking my daughter Punky there. Is the Brain Tool Studios giving tours?
We are currently not giving tours of the Brain Tool Studios here in Orlando, Florida. We are busy packing up boxes and rearranging the office, trying to get some spring cleaning done before spring hits us, because then that's busy time in the Orlando, Florida area where you have a lot of tourists and spring breakers, and then everybody wants a tour. So I think we're going to open up the studios for tours in 2 weeks.
Yes, and don't forget when you come here in the Orlando area, make sure you're dressed properly. The attire is as follows: a poncho and some nudity underneath that. That would be very, very, very accepted. We don't really have a dress code in order for you to access our studios, and we would love it if you actually do come. If you are interested into coming, all you have to do is email us at. We didn't get an email yet, did we? Oh, damn.
There's a wonderful link to a Beatles song. Yeah, if you click on that, it's Paul McCartney. He was on the Simpsons, and if you listen to his song backwards, "Baby I'm Amazed," he gives you a really good recipe for lentil soup.
I never knew that it was a recipe for lentil soup. I thought it had to do something with like seeing ghosts or devil sort of things or something. But and don't forget, if you do come to our Brain Tool Studios this spring, be sure to wear your Nike Shocks. Any shoe by Nike is comfortable, and you can walk for miles and miles in your Nike tennis shoes or Adidas. Or shoot, if you want to wear some Airwalks and think you're going to do some skateboarding along with the rest of the college kids here at, what is that, FCU?
No, UCF.
UCF, University of Central Florida. That's right. Rob took me on a little drive through there this afternoon, and it is a beautiful campus. And a lot of kids were wearing a lot of Levi's jeans, and I was the only one wearing the cowboy cut slim fit Wranglers in this whole city, I think, today. So make sure you wear comfortable shoes. There's a lot to do here and a lot of walking.
Yes, folks, he's right. You know what? And there's plenty of walking for you to do here. It's actually one of the cities that if you're planning on going to any, and I mean any park, you are going to spend the whole day. And like, for example, Disney alone has 6 parks, and I can name them off the top of my head. Of course, Magic Kingdom, everyone loves that. It's a classic. And then you have Epcot, and then you have MGM Hollywood Studios, and then you have Animal Kingdom, and of course, 2 aqua parks, water parks, such as Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Not to mention, they also have now Saratoga Springs, which is actually a great place for you to shop and eat some good food and interact with some Disney characters. So don't forget, Disney is one of the main attractions here in Orlando, Florida. And the second most important one, you have another 2 to visit, and that would be Universal Studios. Of course, Universal Studios has 2 different parks. One park would be the studio itself, and then the other would be Adventure Island. And don't forget, Adventure Island has everything you want. If you are into the characters, into the movies and everything, this is the place for you to be. SeaWorld, 3 different parks. So yeah, we got plenty for you to do. Don't forget to come down here and visit us here in our studios.
I need to know where the nude beaches are, and the beaches where I'm allowed to wear my new mankini.
Yes, if you go straight up your ass and then make a left, you'll find the nude beaches right there.
There's another park he forgot. It's called Discovery Cove. It's where you can actually swim with the dolphins.
Actually, Discovery Cove is a SeaWorld company. You have Discovery Cove, and then you have, I believe, the other one, water park. I forgot what was the name of it, really. Those are all SeaWorld. That's where SeaWorld has 3 different, spots here. So, there's plenty for you to do. And if you really love gators and you want to see the gators, you can go to, of course, Gatorland. It's the land of gators. You can feed them, you can pet them, and hell, you can even eat them. Yes, you can have a gator burger over there, served to you freshly by some guy named Jim Bob.
All right. Let's take a couple of minutes here from the Florida tour, which I am enjoying thoroughly so far today. And I have a trivia question for everybody. And be sure everybody get your thinking caps on, because this question is food related. And I know everybody loves food, and a lot of people love fast food. Some people can't eat so much fast food. But I have heard OG Criminal has been through the drive-through of this fast food restaurant a few times here on CB Radio Drama Free. So let me go ahead with my question. Okay, everybody, thinking caps on. According to their website, how many people does McDonald's serve each day? Is it A, 4 million, B, 17 million, C, 33 million, or D, 69 million people each day?
It's A.
Okay, we got Tilly with A, 4 million. Is there anybody else that would like to chime in? Oh, I see Angel in Kansas, 69 million. Let me check the text box and see if there's any more answers in there.
All of the above.
C.
Go with Tilly on this one. I pick A. I gotta go with Tilly on this one.
Well, okay. Well, there you go. Remember, McDonald's, I'll give you a hint, and I shouldn't be, but I will. The biggest hint that I can give you is that McDonald's is an international company, which means they have almost 500,000 restaurants worldwide. So revise your numbers. Think twice. How many customers through the drive-through does McDonald's serve? Numbers are staggering. I can give you this much.
I would have to say about 46 million people a day.
I still say C.
I say D. Now I changed it to D.
Well, I think it should be F. 1 billion. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Miss Winalicious, you always come up with the most creative answers. Actually, the answer, and I will read this little mini paragraph to you. Shoot, I got to get my reading glasses on. I can't believe this. I'm old. Old, but still available and single. Just in case anybody's out there listening has any ideas.
Who would want to go out with a guy who actually wears glasses to read a freaking tablet? Just zoom the damn picture.
According to the McDonald's website, they have more than 36,900 restaurants serving approximately, the answer was D, 69 million people in over 100 countries each day. Given the fact that 75 hamburgers are sold every second, we suppose it may not be such a shock that 69 million people eat there per day.
Good evening, CB Drama Free.
To put it into perspective, 69 million people is slightly more than the population of the UK and twice as much as the population of Canada. When you do the math, 69 million people works out to almost 1% of the entire world's population eating at McDonald's each day. Now, Rob, that's a lot of people. Oh, shoot. That's a lot of burgers.
That's too much burgers.
Too many burgers? Can you imagine if I ate that much? I'd probably weigh 150 pounds.
No, more.
Oh, okay. And hello, Blue Diamond. Welcome to the Brain Tool Show this evening. Nice to have you on board.
Yes, welcome, everyone. Welcome all. We love your participation. So, up until then, McDonald's is a huge company, literally a huge company. And if you actually research it a little more, you will find out that McDonald's um, it really has the most efficient way of delivering its food to all its restaurants in the very, very vastness of this planet that we live on. Now, imagine the burger you eat here is identical to the one that you actually have in Europe. It's identical to the one you have in Asia. Now, occasionally, McDonald's also has offered previously and still does, depending on the country that you're in, they actually have tweaked menu as what they call a special menu or a local menu. Like, for example, they actually serve falafel in I believe, in Egypt and Lebanon and in the Middle East. Or they actually have the, what do you call it? The orange blossom burger, which is really, really, really classic in Japan.
Do they have McDonald's in India? Legit question.
Yes, they do, but it's a vegetarian a meal, believe it or not.
I want to know which McDonald's serves the blue waffle.
Oh, that's the one that's up your ass to the left.
McDonald's is unhealthy. And didn't McDonald's have a breakout that one time about
misconception that McDonald's is the unhealthiest food? Believe it or not, McDonald's actually has introduced a very, very healthy menu back in 2008 as a research to expand their menu for vegans and vegetarians alike. And they have come very, very close to actually releasing in the United States. But the appeal in the United States has been very, very minimal at best. So what did they do? They actually went with a different route altogether, and they kept the United States and the Americas as the classic menu, as we call it. And then, of course, they tweaked their menus across and abroad. India, specifically, because of Hinduism, they do not like to eat meats, specifically. Certain parts of Asia, believe it or not, also offers those veggie burgers. So, believe it or not, McDonald's, it does have a healthy menu, only it's a back menu, if you will.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
All right, Blue Diamond. And you know what? I have got yet another question for our listeners out there. And you could be the winner. I don't know if you're going to win anything, but you have a perfectly good chance, just as anybody else, to win absolutely nothing here on the Brain Tool Show. Yeah. What do we have to give away?
A lot.
Are we empty?
Well, I don't know a whole lot, so I guess that'd leave me out.
Well, do you remember Babe Ruth? Oh, not that you guys were friends when you were kids or anything, but do you remember Babe Ruth?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they make actually a great candy bar as well by the name of Babe Ruth. Believe it or not, it's made by Nestle. Nestle is the proud sponsor of Nestle.
All right. Okay. This question, it goes out to everybody, but Blue Diamond, I'm going to put you on the spot to give the first answer, okay? Babe Ruth, legendary baseball player Babe Ruth. He kept something on his head under his baseball cap, okay? Was it A, a four-leaf clover, B, wedding vows, C, a photo of his mummy, or D, a cabbage leaf? So what did baseball legend Babe Ruth keep on his head under his baseball cap? A, four-leaf clover, B, wedding vows, C, photo of his mommy, or D, a cabbage leaf?
A, four-leaf clover.
Yes, A.
Fantastic. Since you guys are thinking it's a four-leaf clover, let me give you a quick thing to know. Here's a hint. Babe Ruth, believe it or not, was adopted. He was an orphan. So that'll give you a hint on what the answer may be.
D, cabbage leaf.
It would be a nasty smelling when cooked cabbage leaf.
Cabbage. I posted the answer.
They say a picture of his mother.
It's got to be a picture of his mother. That was the obvious clue by Rob the Brain.
His mom does not look like a cabbage.
Oh my goodness, mom does not look like a cabbage. Oh God. Oh, mental image. All right, the answer is D, a cabbage leaf. Babe Ruth wore a cabbage leaf under his baseball cap to help keep him cool. Professional baseball uniforms were made of wool until the 1940s, rendering most players a sweaty mess. That's right, ladies. These guys were a sweaty, hot mess during the midsummer months. As such, the Babe introduced to his teammates an innings before needing to be replaced.
So, Buffalo Joe, would it be safe to say that he steamed his own cabbage?
Considering Babe Ruth wasn't a small guy, so my guess is that he cooked it solid all the way.
With Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth, and I forget the third guy. They gave them the nickname, those three guys. Anybody know that?
Well, hang on now. Wait a minute. Before you ask your question, we have a question of our own. Remember, it's the Brain Tool Show, and we have the questions for you. You, fellas, have to answer this particular uncommon question. This particular question, I think, is a little difficult. Buffalo Tool, take it away.
Well, darn. Was it Curly and Moe and... No. I must be thinking of the Three Stooges.
Right. You are thinking of the Three Stooges. Was it Curly, Moe, and Shemp?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it Shemp? Chip?
Yeah, I think so.
Chip. Chip and Curly and Moe. Right. Wasn't there a Larry? I don't know. It's been a while.
If you live in Los Angeles, you'll know who Larry is. Yeah, I mean, you know.
What about, wasn't one of the Stooges called Alfalfa?
No.
Oh.
No, that's not.
Anyway, getting on to our trivia question. In 1954, Eddie Matthews was on the first cover of which magazine? Was it A, People, B, Sports Illustrated, C, Time, or D, the TV Guide? Which 1954, how many TVs were out there? They were all black and white, rabbit ears. You had to get up and turn the TV station with the little knob. Do you remember 1954, Rob?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I was in it the other day, and I didn't see TV Guide.
Oh, okay. So, 1954, Eddie Matthews first cover which magazine? A, People, B, Sports Illustrated, C, Time, or D, TV Guide? Let's have some answers.
Well, I'll give you a hint before you go further with this answer. So here's the hint. TV Guide was actually invented to actually accompany the idea or the new concept of, get ready for this, cable. So 1954, cable didn't exist. And that's my hint to you.
Sports Illustrated, I would say.
Say some of the basic words. And I was talking to a lady down there in Israel. Yeah, I don't know that I can't remember enough of that, to carry on a big conversation, but I was able to make contact anyway. Good old Israel, I love Israel.
Sports Illustrated. Somebody block that guy. Thank you.
I want to say Sports Illustrated, but I just don't remember if it was a swimsuit issue or not.
I might have to go with D there.
Sports.
I want to say Sports Illustrated regarding baseball.
All right. Let's go forth with the answer. Sounds like pretty much everybody was right. The answer was Sports Illustrated. The first issue of Sports Illustrated is dated August 16, 1954. The cover photo by Mark Kaufman famously features future Hall of Fame third baseman Eddie Matthews at the plate for the Braves at Milwaukee's County Stadium. Matthews is regarded as one of the best third baseman ever to play the game. Meanwhile, the magazine would become the most recognized, widely read sports periodical in the English language, and it would have a dramatic influence on public perceptions of what was important in the world of professional and amateur sport in the latter half of the 20th century. So there you go. For those of you that answered Sports Illustrated, you are correct, and you win an empty cardboard box.
Yes, the empty cardboard box. Now, okay, fellas, we're going to have to tell you something that you guys don't know. The empty cardboard box is actually very, very, very trendy and very sexy and cool. Why, you ask? It plays, actually, it's very multifunctional, and it plays a very, very crucial role. The first role it plays, and this is the most important one, in case you get kicked out of your house and become a homeless guy, you can always use that empty box as a home. If you can use it also for other purposes, like, to store away some goods. I personally like to use an empty box to put the cat in, and I don't have a cat. So the empty box, obviously. I know you do. You have a cat. Yes, I know. Yeah. You can have the empty box. But anyway, so I keep it in case Buffalo Tool shows up with his tiger that he calls a cat. And and of course, that's why I actually keep the box around. So, Buffalo Tool. One more challenge, I presume. Go for it, sir.
All right. And, oh, shoot. You know what? There's going to be a lot of people to get this question correct. I know there is. It's an easy question. For those of us that grew up in the 70s or even the early part of the 80s, such as myself. Rob, you're like 93 years old, so you were definitely alive in the 70s.
Was Boy George around that time?
Boy George was around in the early part of the 80s, yes. Culture Club, Boy George.
Yeah, then yeah, I would know the answer.
Okay, all right. So here we go, ladies and gents. And I know you guys are going to get it right. Chuck Barris was the host of which TV talent show competition? Was it A, Star Search, B, American Idol, C, The Gong Show, or D, Dancing with the Stars? Chuck Barris, host of which TV talent show? Star Search, American Idol, Gong Show, or Dancing with the Stars?
Star Search.
Oh my God, Tilly, stop. It was the Gong Show.
I want to say the Gong Show, because the other one had the guy that used to hand out the big checks.
Right. And I will give you guys a clue. One little hint. Gene the Dancing Machine.
Yeah, the Gong Show, and he supposedly was supposed to be working for the CIA or something at the time. There's a movie about it.
That's true. You're absolutely right. There was a movie about it, but you know what? The CIA, this is a true story. The CIA actually doesn't have any recollection of working with the man. So let's give you the correct answer. And Buffalo Tool, I'm pretty sure he will be reading you the answer immediately. Before you do so, Buffalo Tool, I have a fart. Do you mind one moment? Yeah. Enjoy the smell, my friend.
Right. That smells like cabbage. God. Jesus. You got my sinuses all screwed up now. All right, the answer. Chuck Barris was the goofball host of the Gong Show, who was also the mastermind behind two other game show classics, if you guys did not know that. The Dating Game and the Newlywed Game. The Gong Show was an amateur talent contest which first premiered on June 14, 1976. The show was created and originally produced by Chuck Barris, who also served as host. The Gong Show was known for its absurdist humor and style. Contestants had 45 seconds to impress celebrity judges before being in danger of getting gonged off the stage. And don't forget, at the end of the show, Gene Gene the Dancing Machine.
Yes, the Gene Gene Dancing Machine, of course, the Gong Show. That was the correct answer. And for you, who those who actually answered anything otherwise, please let me tell you, I think you forgot about one very important part of the whole thing. All these other shows came later, much, much later, and like Dancing with the Stars. Somebody answered Star Search, although Star Search would be a second guess, but no, the truth is the Gong Show was the correct answer. So, I'm telling you right now, all these questions are not going in vain. It takes two to make a dump. Actually, one to make a dump and one to actually not make a dump. Can you guess why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I have the farts and I need to take a dump and he's not letting me because we're doing a show. So may I go poop, please?
Well, good, Rob. You ain't the only one there. I just got through eating Taco Bell.
That's right, folks. You really did fart, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
I smell something. Was it Buffalo Kitty? And that's right, folks. When you're live and direct in front of a live studio audience here in CB Radio Drama Free, you never know what someone's going to key up and say. Taco Bell. That is amazing. Oh, my goodness. You know what, Rob? I've got one more question.
Yeah, that's good. Right.
All right. This one is so easy. I'm sure even Adam can get the answer to this question. Okay? Yes. What is the capital of Minnesota? Is it A, Minneapolis, B, Rochester, C, St. Paul, or D, Madison? Capital of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Rochester, St. Paul, or Madison? Let's have some answers.
Minneapolis.
St. Paul.
A.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
St. Paul.
Minneapolis.
And hello, Demon King. You are welcome to the Brain Tool Show here live and direct on CB Radio Drama Free. That's right. And we are in the midst of a trivia game that named the capital of Minnesota. And do we have any more answers out there? I'll give you about 10 seconds and then I'll start reading the answer.
St. Paul?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
I thought it was A.
I thought it was London.
I thought it was France.
No, it's Rochester.
No, I will not be partaking tonight in the game. I am rebuilding my tugboat drip tank at this current moment. So I will be sitting here and listening in, guys.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate you listening in there, Mr. Demon King. We appreciate your presence here live and direct on the Brain Tool Show, exclusively on CB Radio Drama Free, home of the ROC, the Rebel Outlaw Crew. That's right. So the answer is, although Minneapolis is the largest city in Minnesota in terms of population, it's not the state's capital. The state capital is actually St. Paul, which prides itself as being, quote, the most livable city in America, unquote. Known collectively as the Twin Cities, the two cities form the core of Minneapolis-St. Paul, the 16th largest metropolitan area in the United States. With about 3.6 million residents, Minnesotans living outside of Minneapolis and St. Paul often refer to the two together as, quote, the cities, unquote.
I thought they were called the Twin Cities.
That's why some people consider them the cities. Us outside people that don't live in the cities consider the Twin Cities because they're right next to each other. Just a little bridge that separates them.
Here's a fun fact. St. Paul wasn't always called St. Paul. It's actually called Pig's Eye.
Wait, did you say Pig's Eye?
I did. Yes, I did. There you guys go. There's some fun research for you. But yeah, it's actually kind of neat. It was called Pig's Eye.
Not only is the Brain Tool Show entertaining and funny, but it is also educational. I did not know that. Fun fact there, Miss Winalicious. Thank you for contributing that. That's Pig's Eye. The eye of pig. Oh my goodness. All right. Now, I got another question for all of you here. Which city is located on two continents? Now, this is a little bit of a geography lesson. Some of you may be familiar with that and remember your high school days with geography. Which city is located on two continents? Cairo, Egypt, Istanbul, Turkey, C, is it Bangkok, Thailand, or D, Budapest, Hungary? City located on two continents, A, Cairo, Egypt, B, Istanbul, Turkey, C, Bangkok, Thailand, or D, Budapest, Hungary. I've heard a lot of fun things about Bangkok, Thailand.
Yeah, because it's got cock in it.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, that's always fun.
You bang the cock.
It's B.
Is it the Budapest?
I go with all of the above.
It is in Istanbul.
I go with Cairo, Egypt. Asia and Africa.
Well, let me give you a very, very, very quick hint here. To be on both continents, that means you have to be on one side and the other, and then basically that whole city has to be on both sides of both continents. See, Cairo resides in one continent and one continent alone. My hint to you is follow the Nile, and it'll take you all the way north to Alexandria. Yes, it's only in one and only one continent, and that would be the continent of Africa. That's my hint to you. So, you guys may revise your answers.
I think it's like what Texas Sunshine said, Isabel in Europe and Asia.
I said Istanbul.
All right. Do we have any other answers out there? 10 seconds.
Istanbul, isn't that where the exotic Marigold Hotel was? See.
I don't know about Marigold, but on my way into Orlando, Florida today, I went down a street known as Goldenrod. You're familiar with that street, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Goldenrod Boulevard, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Goldenrod. I thought, wow. Reminds me of that Austin Powers movie.
It's B.
Yeah, baby. Do I make you horny?
Yes, you do, Psycho Bag of Puss, because I smelled the pillow on the bed and it still smells like your shampoo.
Hello, Psycho Bagpuss. Good morning to you over in the UK. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying being part of the show. Going live and direct.
That's right. And it's going to be my honor to sleep in a bed that 1 year ago, almost to the date, Mr. Psycho Bagapus laid his head to rest in that bed too, and the rest of his body. And then he covered up with a blanket and he went to sleep. And it's got to be the pheromones in the sheets.
Okay, Buffalo Tool, who was right?
Right on. I'm about to give the answer. The answer is Istanbul, Turkey is the only major city in the world located on two continents, Europe and Asia. Istanbul, once known as Constantinople, Constantinople, okay, is the most populous city in Turkey and the country's economic, cultural, and historical center. Due to the nebulous nature of the boundaries between Europe and Asia, Istanbul is the only naturally occurring transcontinental city. The Bosphorus Strait separates its continental, European, and Asian portions. Istanbul is Turkey's largest city and has roughly 65% of its citizens residing on the European side, while the remainder live on the geographically Asian side of the strait. So, those of you that said Istanbul, Turkey, you are correct.
Mr. Buffalo 2. Yeah, it's a little over a year ago, and I think you might need to go to the eye doctor and get a better prescription for your reading glasses.
Alrighty, folks. All right.
You say yes, I say no. You say stop, and I say go, go, go.
All right. You're probably wondering why we're playing this particular song at this particular hour. Well, you know what? We're not going to tell you you wasted an hour with us because you didn't. Really, you didn't. It brings us a really, 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 really very hard for us to say this, and it hurts us really bad. You guys have been supporting us for the past year for the On the Brain Tool Show, and we've been honored by a lot of people who supported us and helped us to actually establish this particular show. And you know what? Much like the sun sets on everything, and you know what? The sun has set on our show. We're not going to give the reasons why. That wouldn't be professional, obviously. The only professional thing to do is to actually say thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in every week and actually giving us your ears and participating in our show. And those, of course, that goes out to the Twitch viewers and the YouTube viewers. To be quite honest with you, we can't thank you enough. Really, we cannot thank you enough. The Brain Tool Show has aired its final episode tonight. It brings us really, really, really great pain and grief, but it doesn't go without thanking certain people. And of course, we'll start by our executive producer and the wonderful and the amazing computer chick. She's been very good to us and she helped us out a lot, quite a bit. As to, the ROC family has been also very, very good to us, and they gave us the channel here to keep an eye on, and it brings us really, really, really hard to say that we're going to end the final episode tonight by saying goodbye to you. But it doesn't go without saying goodbye from my partner. And I would like to thank him personally, because not only because he's here, but also if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be on the air. Buffalo Tool, if it wasn't for you, my friend, man, it's hard. It's hard for me to say goodbye, really. So take it away.
Yes, Rob, I appreciate your kind words and everything, and we would like to thank the ROC higher-ups. We've got Rattlesnake, OG Criminal, as acting security during our shows. That was an awesome job by you guys. Never let a troll get by more than a minute, I believe, during our show. LBT, thank you for supporting us. Thank you guys for giving us the airtime, 2 hours every Saturday night to just act like fools on the air and and laugh our hearts out along with everybody else. And we'd like to thank all of the members of the ROC, the Rebel Outlaw crew, resides here in CB Radio Drama Free. Thank you all for your support. Thank you to all the ROC the CB Radio Drama Free friendlies for also chiming in and supporting us during our tenure here. I can't thank all of you enough, but from the bottom of our heart, we apologize to everybody. But due to unforeseen circumstances, we have decided to go ahead and air our final show tonight. It's kind of ironic that Rob and I met for the first time today, and it is our final show, but that's the way life goes. But that goes without saying, if I may quote Rob, that goes without saying. We will continue to be on the air and here in CB Radio Drama Free, and our antics will carry on. It just will not be under the Brain Tool Show. I think I have said what I have to say.
Yes, folks. And again, really, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have it. Like I said, everything has to come to an end. Life, as it seems, is not without a sense of irony. What may go up actually has to come down. And so we have to say goodnight for the last evening. But before we say goodnight, I wanted to share something really with you personally on the personal level. A lot of us here on the Brain Tool Show, are taking this a little harder than others, and that's okay. That's fine. It was a good learning experience and a learning curve. And when we first started, it started as a joke. And it was me and Buffalo Tool would come on the CB Radio Drama Free on the channel and actually sit there and goof around and pretend to be a radio station, read some news excerpts and put some fake music on, and it was fun. And all we wanted to do is entertain you. If we put a smile on your face at least once, I think we have accomplished our goal.
Does this mean that I can start going out on dates on Saturday night?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Anybody out there want to go out next Saturday night?
Is that it? I mean, this is our last show, man. That's how you end it? All right. Well, I hate to say this, really, I do. But this is our final good night. And don't forget, this has been an ROC production. Good night.